2023 Harley-Davidson Electra Glide Highway King. Performance, price, and photos. The Electra Glide Highway King is a proper nod to the quintessential tourer from the glory days of American touring. Harley-Davidson takes a deep dive into its own storied history for the inspiration to build this third installment in the Icons Motorcycle Collection program, the 2023 Electra Glide Highway King. This bike positively drips with nostalgia that hails back to 1968 FLH Electra Glide, when the Vietnam War still raged and the Beatles' Hey Jude were in the top 10. One of the original American touring models, this platform represents the genesis for what would become HD's bagger and full-dresser family lineups. Dated appointments join with custom tidbits for the overall look, but the beating heart is the Milwaukee 8114. So she's pretty spry for a big girl. Laced wheels, white wall tires, and a two-tone windshield set up the look, but it's the saddle that really seals the deal. A full, top-shelf electronic suite comes in stock to help you keep it dirty side down. If this bike strikes your fancy, you'd better act fast. The Moco plans to build only 1,750 units, and that's worldwide, not just the US market. Here is the 2023 Harley-Davidson Electra Glide Highway King specification. Some pros are top-shelf electronics, inspired by the iconic 1968 FLH Electra Glide and a powerful engine. While some cons are a tad on the heavy side, no stock pillion area and no infotainment goodies. 2023 Harley-Davidson Electra Glide Highway King performance and capability. It's not enough to just have an old-school setup in the frame, suspension, and bodywork. The engine on the Electra Glide Highway King has to fit the era and not be a potato to boot. Safe to say HD took this last bit to heart, as this bike carries the Milwaukee 8114 in all its chromed-out, V-twin glory. The 2023 Electra Glide Highway King produces 95 horsepower and 122 pound-feet of torque. These numbers come on at 5,020 revolutions per minute and 2,750 revolutions per minute respectively. You have significant grunt available quite low in the range, with plenty of top end for decisive passes, even at super slab speeds, and a solid hole shot. An undersquare layout, typical of the brand, runs with a 102mm bore and 114.3mm stroke for a 1,868cc total displacement and a middling, 10.5:1 compression ratio that will take mid-grade fuel just fine. Power flows through a slip and assist clutch that prevents excessive back torque from breaking the rear wheel loose on hard downshifts and such. A 6-speed transmission crunches the ratios with a quiet, belt and pulley final drive, giving the Electra Glide Highway King a top speed around the 105 mph mark. As promised, the top-shelf electronics really boost the Highway King's safety chops with a full range of rider safety enhancements, complete with the lean-sensitive version of HD's ABS, traction control, and drag torque control. This brings a technical edge that gives lies to the old-school looks in the most delightful way. The Electra Glide Highway King is a literal rolling museum with Easter eggs aplenty for the knowledgeable eye. It starts right out of the gate with a full front fender complete with a chrome skirt, forward trim, and a script model detail. Fat front forks are fatter yet by the chrome beer can skirts concealing the inner fork tubes. The chrome halogen headlight housing comes bracketed by powerful pimp lights that share a whisker bar with the front blinkers. All the lights are halogen filament type bulbs rather than LED, no doubt to keep that old school finish looking just right. The barn door windshield with color matched panels is straight out of the history books and was the predecessor to the full front fairing. It provides reasonable protection for the rider from the waist up. Being fork mounted, you get a little shudder in the bars in a good crosswind, but not as much as a fork mounted fairing. Stock engine guards contribute more bling to the look and add some protection in case of a drop or low-speed slide. A chrome tank console carries the analog speedometer and ignition switch, very reminiscent of the split fuel tanks of old. The voluminous tank carries a whopping 6 gallons with a teardrop profile that fits the look of a T. The solo saddle comes hinged at the back of the tank with a vertical support post for some give. The seat itself has that 60s look, especially with the chrome rail around the back that originally came in the King of the Highway touring package for the 1968 Electra Glide. Just magnificent. The standard equipped hard bags come wrapped with chrome guards of their own for protection in a drop. The tail light is a tad generic with a chrome light bar for the blinkers, but I think a tombstone tail light would be the first accessory I bought. Here is Harley-Davidson Electra Glide Highway King specs and dimensions. Tubular steel members and a heavy backbone make up the framework on the Electra Glide Highway King with a yoke-style, rectangular cross-section swing arm to articulate for the rear wheel. It's a dual down-tube, double cradle frame that completely supports the engine rather than using it as a stressed member to complete the structure. The rear frame bolts up with fender supports forged for strength. Showa forks float the front end with a fat, 49mm inner tube diameter, and the dual bending valve technology delivers event-driven damping adjustment for a superior ride to a vanilla fork. Out back, dual coil-over shocks support the rear with hand-adjustable spring preload. Suspension travel is pretty good up front with 4.6 inches of travel, but the rear is short at 2.15 inches in a trade-off to keep the seat height low. The steering head sets a long and stable rake angle of 29.25 degrees with 6.7 inches of trail that add up to make this bike track like it's on rails with good overall road manners. Wire wheels round out the rolling chassis in classic fashion, but it's the gangster white walls that really sell the look in spades. The HD series Dunlops come in an MT90B1672H ahead of a 180/65 B1681H with nice fat contact patches. Dual 300mm front discs and a third 300mm disc out back work with all-around 4-pot calipers to haul it down with stock ABS protection. Here are the chassis and suspension information. (2023) Harley-Davidson Electra Glide Highway King price and availability. The 2023 Harley-Davidson Electra Glide Highway King starts at $26,999. You can choose between the Hi-Fi Orange and Birch White, or Hi-Fi Magenta and Birch White, which are both a nod to the original 1968 colorways. It's hard to beat genuine experience. However, domestic faux Indian motorcycle has its own deep roots to rely upon for design inspiration for its Indian Springfield model. Indian Springfield leads off with a full, old-school fender complete with chrome war bonnet ornament. The forward lighting is similar to passing lamps across the board for plenty of lumens. Indian alone sends their entry out with a pillion perch and passenger footboards, so you can share the fun with a friend right out of the box. A full windscreen provides roughly the same protection as the HD's glass. Power comes from a chrome-drenched, air-cooled Thunderstroke 111 volts twin engine to the tune of 119 pounds-o grunt against HD's 122 for a difference that makes practically no difference. The Indian starts at $22,499 MSRP, and that may make a difference as that's over a $4,000 gap. What's on the Electra Glide Highway King? The Harley-Davidson Electra Glide Highway King comes equipped with a nice electronic suite. Higher functions include cornering enhanced ABS, cornering enhanced traction control, cornering enhanced electronically linked brakes, drag torque slip control, vehicle hold control along with a security option. How much does a 2023 Harley-Davidson Electra Glide cost? For 2023, the Electra Glide is available as part of the Icons collection in the Electra Glide Highway King. MSRP for the Harley-Davidson Electra Glide Highway King starts at $26,999 for the two-tone choices of Hi-Fi Orange or Hi-Fi Magenta over Birch White. What engine does the Electra Glide use? The 2022 Harley-Davidson Electra Glide carried the 1,746cc Milwaukee 8107. In 2023, the Icons collection includes the Electra Glide Highway King powered by the 1868cc Milwaukee 8114. How much power does the Electra Glide Highway King have? With the 1868cc Milwaukee 8114V twin engine, the Electra Glide Highway King produces 95 horsepower at 5,020 RPM and 122 pound-feet of torque at 2,750 RPM. Thanks for watching.